Welcome back to the third. Just want to thank our other music maker for tonight and every night, Tabletop Audio, who make really incredible ambient music soundtracks that gave me permission to use all this stuff. What a guy. Tim at Tabletop Audio. Go to tabletopaudio.com and get, I think there are over 350 tracks now, plus a sound pad. So
nice.
You've been here long enough, you've heard all of them. You wake up in the morning, your dreams were less, for some disturbing, for others less remembranced. Your back's hurt from the hard sleeping, and there is no fresh onion-y soup. The air here is dry and cool for this far south. The tracks that you were following are gone now. The good news is that you believe you must be close to the fortress because you can see a flag far to the northeast. Perhaps you couldn't see it yesterday, but this morning, as it is in the shadow of the rising sun, it is quite visible.
So I guess, are we just turning up there and banging the door down? Are we trying to sneak in? What's the plan?
I'm not really the sneaky type, but I don't think going through the front door would be the best course of action.
I would be the sneaky type.
Let me give you a description, just a general take a 10 perception from this distance. It's probably 4 or 5 miles away, very difficult to see much. It is definitely on top of a hill, and there once was a low wall around it at the bottom of it. That wall is now mostly ruined. A whole edge of, and calling this a castle or even a fort, it's like 4 watchtowers with a wall between them, essentially made out of stone, and that stone has been replaced with wood in several places, but one of them is sagged completely. Like the northeast sector has just collapsed down into the basement of whatever this thing has, deep into the hill. You do spot, walking along the edges, prowling in the morning light, a panther moving along the parapets. Occasionally the panther will step on something and it'll just break off and fall, and the panther will pretend like that didn't happen. It's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, I meant that.
No matter how big the cat is, they still want to push stuff off a ledge.
So, just an idea, and I'm just putting it out there, but if you're no good at stealth, are you any good at distraction?
Yes to that as well. But
yeah, I guess that depends on the kind of distraction you want.
Tanira, as you gaze closer, you see figures moving. A glint of steel, maybe iron. Someone with a long spear moving at the top of one of the, it would be generous to call it castle towers. It's only about 20 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Another moving in the distance. Even in this growing heat, a dark black cloak punched forward. They definitely have some sort of chiropractic issue with the way that their head is attached to the back of their back. Occasionally the panther moves over to that figure and it takes something from its belt and tosses it to the beast, who responds immediately, snapping it out of the air. That's what a 14 gets you. You know what? I'll give you this as well. You occasionally hear the faint sound of a rhythmic picking noise, like mining.
Probably having the inhabitants mine something for them within the castle or around the castle. But it looks like what I can see, there's only 4 of them at the moment. We might see more of them when we get there.
Well,
Now, did you say out loud that there was some kind of mining noise, or
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably using whoever they brought here to mine something.
if they've got an underground area, they might have a sally port, but it could take us all day to find that.
Yeah.
Maybe we just head towards the walls now.
is there a way I could roll like some kind of perception
Stone cutting.
Yeah, like stone cutting or something. Because like as someone who grew up working in the mines, like would I be able to guess like probable locations for like the escape tunnel or sally port or whatever?
Yeah, make a roll.
What do you want for this?
I think intelligence with proficiency.
Intelligence with proficiency. Okay. So it'll be this +2. Nope, that's a 10.
You
Goodness, my dice.
don't identify sally ports. This isn't even human construction. This probably predates the human race. This is old, shattered garbage now, worn down by thousands of years. What you get on a 10 is the distinctive sound of orichalcum. Whatever they're mining, there are streaks of what hurts your ears because it's pretty good grade, but they are definitely mining it wrong. Like you just hear like they're hitting it and they're ruining it. They're doing it badly. They're definitely chipping it and lowering the grade, they're flaking it. It's not going to be, you could do so much better than this if someone let you mine.
We absolutely have to get these people out of here.
They're ruining the Brock.
When you say we absolutely have to get these people out of here, you have never seen him again. But the dwarf you saw that first time stands next to you, puts his foot up on a rock nearby, takes a gnarled hand, looks out towards the fortress, spits in his hands, looks at you and nods. Then he disappears.
All right, time to get to work.
Go towards the fortress.
Am I able to see what he was looking at when he was like looking? Can I guess what he was looking at? Or
Roll
is it
perception
just-
check.
Okay.
Now just know you've already failed to find the sally ports. That roll has passed,
Yeah.
but
Oh God, my dice
the roll's
today.
passed again.
What the hell?
Yikes. No need to even say that number out loud.
Yeah. Jeez.
You have no idea.
Okay.
These darned ancestors of yours come and go as they please.
They really do. They're always showing
Well,
up
it
and
looks-
making demands.
It looks like the funnel approach is the way we go then.
If we could lure some of them out, we could lure them into a trap.
I'd like to actually scope out the immediate area before we get into the castle to see if there's like any like tunnels or something they've dug out so that we don't have to go into the front. Knock on the door if I can.
I would like a stealth check as you get closer.
Okay.
You're absolutely going to have to expose yourself to get in it.
Oh, nice.
That's a natural 20 for the folks at home. 425. You guys lose vision of Tanira. Tanira just leaps up on her own, begins moving away from you, goes behind a rock, and you're just like, okay. She's coming out the other side at some point, right? After about 5 minutes, you're like, uh-oh. Tanira, as you begin moving around, keeping watch is such a The people at this fortress are keeping watch, but it is not an external watch. They are making sure that the people inside the fortress are doing their jobs.
Gotcha.
They are not looking out. You can see several different entrances. Just right off the bat, the northeast section has collapsed. You could definitely get in and drop down there to the basement level and begin working your way up through it. It's from this angle, it's at the top of the hill. You can't see down into it, but you're pretty sure if you could get up there, you could slip into that hole without anyone noticing on a natural 20. Other than that, there are places where the walls are a little shaky, and other places where it seems like they're sturdy enough. If you had a rope and a grappling hook or something heavy to throw over it, you could pull yourself up and over.
Okay. I'll definitely come back and tell the group that the northeast portion of the castle is probably the way to go, and will probably not get us caught.
Does anyone else have a bow, or is it just me?
I believe it's just you.
Just you.
Okay.
For the rest of you, there's not a lot of smell out here in the Badlands. And you've been noticing something for a little while. But when the wind blows by from Godric's direction, there is something wrong with this boy. You're, oh. It's those damn ears, Godric.
I think to try to explain it, where it's just like a possible cover, Godric is like passively chewing on an onion, kind of like an apple.
Maybe he goes last.
Well, I'd be keen to sneak into a position that I can fire on them from to support you guys if you're going in, and then I'll make my way in as well.
I mean, we shouldn't alert them to our presence until we get there. They're not really looking for us. They're looking inwards into the castle. So if we can get down into the basement without having to shoot anybody, I think that's the plan.
Okay, so we'll just sneak together.
Yeah.
What about him?
Try to.
Some towards Godric. That armor doesn't sound very quiet.
Yeah, no, it is not.
You think we should?
If we
should
need
go
a distraction, I can arrange
two
it.
and two people to go in and two people to stay out, or what?
Hold on. I just need a moment.
I know.
Are you suggesting you split the party?
Never.
This is
I
a
would
generic
never do that.
fantasy adventure. Of course we get the classic thing.
I'm suggesting tactical separation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I like that better.
Sounds like a Voltron move.
Tactical separation.
So Team Gwyneria and Godric, the double G out here causing distractions.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
While Team Chaos heads inside.
In chaos.
Team happy and unhappy.
Team depression and optimism, I think.
The yin and yang of D&D.
As we walk towards the final scene of this particular episode, we follow Team Yin and Yang. It's a side camera following, so they're walking forward, and this is on like their sides, moving with them. Tanira goes behind a rock. When she comes out the other side, Pithtrix is not beside her. The Pit Fiend is walking alongside her. And it glares down at you, Tanira, and says, "These are sinners. They have taken possessions, lives. They have committed crimes for which they have been consigned to hell, to damnation until their punishment and reformation.
I shall bring them to you."
You walk behind another rock. It's just you and Kithrix. Hey, go ahead and give yourself level 3, everybody.
Hey.
We did
roll
it.
for hit points real quick,
How do I do
so
that?
we don't forget to do it next week.
Are we doing rolls, are we?
Yep, we're rolling from here on out.
Ooh,
Okay.
All right.
What mechanic are we using?
Whatever your hit die is, plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay, single roll.
Yep, single roll.
Okay.
I decided not to go with the
Nice.
stars without numbers approach. It got too complicated for new players. That one is crazy. So let's go around. Who's taking what levels? James, I know you know outright what you're taking.
Where do I go for this?
You roll whatever new class you have. So if you're taking another level of monk,
Yeah.
it's geez, what's a monk?
Can you opt for the average?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Telling myself here. Is monk hit dice D8?
D8.
Yep. So
Yeah.
you roll a D8 plus.
My
You have a
con.
Constitution of +1.
Yeah. D8.
Hard mode HP. Jeez, chat. Hard mode HP is where you don't get additional hit points because you've been cursed by the god of death. Start the game with 2 hit points, and that's the only ones you get.
Oh,
All right, Tanira, plus 5.
Yep.
So you're at 22. You're taking a 3rd level of monk.
I believe so. Yeah.
Do you know which school you want to take out of monkey? Okay, all right.
I don't think so. Did I choose one already?
Yeah, it's the 3rd level. I think.
No, I haven't chose one yet. I thought I did.
Well, by the next episode, I guess you'll figure that one out.
I'll figure it out.
James, what do you got for me?
I am doing the Cleric of Nature.
Excellent. Do you have a name you want for this god? As mentioned by the wisdom, it also has no name, but many names as well.
Well, as I said, like I just go on the fact that the Druid Circle just called it the Mother. Like
Yep.
as I said, it was a guy, like it's a Gaia type entity to them. But I'm also happy that that's particular to their circle, so others may view it differently. So,
Roderick, what do you got for me?
I'm gonna go ahead and take 3rd level and fighter so I can get my Echo Knight features.
Amazing. Now people know why your ancestors keep showing up around you.
Yes, instead of my Echo being like a split timeline, it's my ancestors popping up.
Very dwarven.
It's just
Very,
1 hit die plus our Constitution for hit points, right?
Yep.
very interstellar.
You're a fighter, so you get
Don't fail me now.
bigly. Yeah, that's not bad.
Plus 12.
You have a +5 Constitution?
Yeah.
God damn.
Just look at this dwarfing out on me. Jeez.
oh,
Unbelievable.
that's +5 with proficiency. It's only +3 without proficiency.
Yeah, that sounds right. You're trying to trick me here?
Mm-hmm.
It's not your save, it's
yeah.
your Constitution score.
What is this? 1777? Whatever the fuck it is.
Lauren,
yes, the cat woke up.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
why are you apologizing? I'm gonna get mega bucks for this cat, man.
Yeah, this is Maya. Say hi, Maya. No,
Hi,
no, just
Maya.
cuddles. Just cuddles. Ugh.
Gotta
What are you
touch
thinking
the
of
dog.
for level
See,
3?
you think I could get 3 hours? 2.5 hours? No. No.
Atlas, there's a reason Amore is banished from the studio. I couldn't
Mm.
get 10 minutes.
And there she goes. Okay. I'm taking level 3 for Bard, so I can go College of Lore.
It should be noted that as a student of the College of Lore, to be officially accepted, you will need to present a new paper, song, or tale to another member of the College of Lore who does not live in a place you have previously been,
With
Okay.
references.
with references. So
With
you could not,
references.
for instance, back in your hidden valley of Orthrond,
Hey, Google, turn on
have
the
submitted
office
it.
light.
You must go to someplace new and bring them something new.
I will do that.
Make sure it's peer reviewed.
Also,
Yes.
your
That's,
works cited
that's
page
why you're
needs to be
submitting
on
it to the
point.
College of Lore. It will be peer
Yes.
reviewed.
Mhm.
You better make sure that this tune is catchy too. I mean, they don't want no drum kit backyard. I feel really bad because I got Drummer Boy making me 2 theme songs for different shows right now. let's do outros. The reason why we're ending up a little early is to give us time to do an extended outro, because this is the first time some of you have met all of us. You know, we did an episode 0. Probably a lot of you have not watched that. I'm AP Gaming Real. I run this show. I run the channel AP Gaming Real. D&D, over 70 other systems. I stopped counting at 70. It seemed like a pointless exercise at that point. BattleTech, all sorts of stuff. We got good things out here. Stick around. We'll be here, I hope every Sunday, but probably not. But next Sunday, will we be here, guys?
I'm good for next Sunday.
Yep.
7 to
next
10.
Sunday.
We'll be here next Sunday, 7 to 10. We gotta fight these bandits, free the people, continue our adventures. I mean, many of you have more to do in this area that hasn't even been revealed yet. And what about those ears that I keep talking about anyway? What could that be?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Grimdark James, who are you? What can you tell us about yourself, and how have you been?
Oh, good. I'm out of home right now in a hotel, so but it seems to work pretty well for today's show. I am Grimdark James, or just James if you prefer. I am the writer and producer of the Grimdark podcast, which is in permanent hiatus, but it's still all available at grimdarkpodcast.com. We've got a new show starting at some point between now and the end of time called The Dice Mechanics. And I do some content on my YouTube channel as well, which is also Grimdark Podcast. You can find me around Arthur's Discord. That's where I do most of my sort of social stuff these days, is in Arthur's Shadow. What else can I say about myself? I'm a 1/2 CR encounter, good for low level parties. I turn up a lot of Arthur shows, give Arthur brainworms to write new games, and then push my way into them like some sort of parasite that lives off Arthur's success. Yeah.
All right. Player of Godric Deepbottom, aka Neo Buzzard, what you got for me? Who are you? How you been?
I'm Neo Buzzard. I've been pretty good, AP. Thanks for asking. Right now, you guys can usually find me on AP's Discord. I'm usually lurking around and just reading everything that pops up. Sometimes you'll see me show up and I'll paint minis for whatever project AP is working on, usually the BattleTech stuff. I don't really have anything else going on right now.
Okay. Player of Gwyneria, or as some fathers know her, Gwynny, Lauren Danger. Who are you?
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, hey, I'm Lauren Danger. I haven't been on a show since Burning Wheel long, long ago. I'm happy to be back. This is fantastic. Just yeah. Just dive right in, and it's fantastic. It's just wonderful. Yeah, I'm gushing. So thanks, AP.
I want to mention
appreciate the
that
chance.
my mom gets all she goes to your, is it Etsy? Canadian
Well,
Etsy store?
the Etsy's not there, but I make stuff for your mom for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's be
when she
clear.
needs.
Paid work here. Y'all
Just
want
where
to
mum
get
gets
some?
all the swords from.
No, custom leather work. She gets
Custom leather work.
pouches and purses that she's been waiting her whole life to get so she can travel in safety.
Custom leather work.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
All right. Chat wants to know about the swords. This goddamn sword
Chat wants to know
sims.
about the swords.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lauren Danger, also known as Lauren Shaw. You can find me on YouTube at Lauren Danger Shaw, and I am a sword fight instructor part-time. And so the swords and things are just part of the collection of stuff that I have. And if you want to learn how to use swords, or learn some background, or see me with a dragon puppet, or all sorts of crazy things, then YouTube is the place to find that. There are some role-playing game videos as well on there. So yeah.
What
A lot of
style
good
of
stuff.
sword fighting are you into? Would you say it'd be called HEMA?
Oh, it absolutely is called HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts. And if you don't know what they are, go look it up.
Lauren's just waiting for the day when Western martial arts make their way into MMA.
Wow.
Oh, you want to see violence and blood?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
all right.
the day you step into the square octagon with a sword, you know, the whole
Oh, the
sport
Thunderdome.
changes.
Oh, I'm going poleaxe.
Yeah.
I'm going poleaxe. Yeah.
Bearded Jalopno, maker of
Yeah.
the artwork we see, our tokens, these fantastic things. He worked so hard. He got them done at not exactly the last possible minute. But I'm glad that we started when we did, because I was going to go with another artist. I thought Bearded was way too backed up. I was going to go with another artist. And it turns out that she went on like a 1.5 month long break, like days after I said that. So I was really glad I got the Bearded when I did. Otherwise, we might not have had these beautiful tokens for tonight.
Yeah,
And
my
they're
name
fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I had a lot of fun making them with your descriptions. I stream on Twitch, Bearded Jalapeno, Instagram, Twitter, same handle. If you like the artwork, come check me out. I stream a couple times a week, definitely on Saturdays, and then some shorter streams during the week. So, yeah.
You might be thinking, a lot of these words, a lot of these Twitter handles, YouTube channels might have been difficult to follow. Thankfully, if you're watching on YouTube, they're all in the description section below. Damn, Giga Brain. We want to talk about this
while
section.
you're down there, like and subscribe.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, I didn't want to say anything, but you could do those, but dropping a comment will also make analytics engine very happy. So, you know. What do we feel about this session? You know, this is session 1. We got a little bit of time left here. What are we thinking? How are we feeling? We're a lot of different themes in this episode. Some light, some real dark.
Yeah. It's nice, the contrast, though, because usually you have a group that's kind of the same threshold, but we definitely have some contrast between some of our backstories that I think will be interesting to roleplay.
I got to say, from a storytelling perspective, I really like your pacing this episode, Arthur.
Oh, thank you.
Especially fitting in around the breaks. I think that you really got the right break scenes, everything perfect.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been watching a lot of Brennan Lee Mulligan. I'd like to think I'm pretty okay at doing this beforehand, but with like a solid month of Brendan Lee Mulligan, I've been sharpening it to get that razor edge here.
I've got it on pretty good authority that Brendan Lee Mulligan watches a lot of AP Gaming Real as
No, you
well.
don't. Name one person who's told you that.
I'm under NDA, sorry, I can't.
Okay. I'm gonna need a source, Senator.
I had a blast this session. It's great being on the player side for a change, because I'm normally my group's like forever GM. Yeah. I'm going to keep playing off and not mentioning anything about the ears until someone finally asks. Like you kept bringing it up and no one said anything about it. So for him, it's just normal work, but no one said anything about it yet. So
It'll probably happen next episode.
Probably.
You've got a curious bard who's going to ask questions.
If it's Marvel style, you have to ask him while you're in the middle of a fight. You know, be like, so about those ears, ha, ha.
So I hope it's not going to be something like where we find out he's actually got like rabbit ears or something that was completely obvious, but this wasn't part of the original description.
No comment.
Find out next time.
Bearded, I have to say I'm super happy to work with Tanira, being what she is and what she's done, what's been done. You've certainly given me a character much darker than normal, and you've taken the very dangerous choice of, in episode 1 of a role-playing game, agreeing to act as an agent of a pit fiend. You know, not the only other person I ever know that's done that has done it as a warlock. So.
I take great risks with my tiefling characters, and sometimes it pans out and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see what happens.
What I like is that you're playing the only tiefling described in Dungeons and Dragons that I've ever heard of. You see, Dungeons and Dragons talks about how tieflings are dark, brooding people who are beset by the memories of, you know, things done to them in the past and all of the darkness. And almost every other tiefling I've ever known has been LGBT, boots on the table, super optimistically, blatantly gay, almost always a high charisma character. And I'm like, the book and reality are very far apart, guys. Whoever wrote the entry for tieflings is just wrong.
I definitely played one of those tieflings in the past, so I wanted to try something different.
Nothing says chaotic good but like siding on with a lawful evil devil as well.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I can't wait to see where that goes.
Only to good places, I'm assuming.
Lauren, I really liked making up your dad.
The birds, like, okay, yep, and the birds and the octopus and octopus.
The octopus is a very old reference because it's the min-max character for rangers because it gets 8 attacks.
Jesus.
So because it can hold things, you can give it 8 daggers, which are simple weapons, and it can make 8 dagger attacks. Yeah,
D&D's
that's
not
right.
broken.
As long as you can find an octopus, it's a great starting companion.
Yeah, but you have to find one.
In a system that's not Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
And might be
Just-
Pathfinder.
Just spin it and throw it like a hat. The wheel of death.
Yeah, it's a reference to older editions of D&D and Pathfinder where that build is very strong early on and not so great later.
That's why you just need to awaken it and then let it start taking levels in Rogue, so it
Wow.
can sneak attack.
Awakening
Yeah.
things is very dangerous.
And it stays good if you give it like 8 + 5 daggers as well. So
+5 dagger. Who's gonna give an octopus 8
8
plus
plus
5
5.
daggers?
That's so
Min-max
much,
up.
Honestly, Grimdark
that's so much. That's so much money right there. So much gold.
James. Audience, do you have any questions for us? This is your opportunity to ask stuff live here at the end of things.
are we doing an impromptu AMA?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Wait, Oh, ask me anything.
Ask me anything.
I thought you
We
said
need to get
MMA.
somewhere-
I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Wow, no.
Only
Just-
with swords.
You know, just a
Only with
quick, we'll give him like 2 or 3 minutes to ask us questions before we wrap up. Unless you guys, listen, I don't want to force us out the door here. If you guys have anything else you want to talk about. I watched Thor Love and Thunder and I was thoroughly underwhelmed.
Same.
I wish I wasn't.
Me
I
too.
watched Andor and I needed all 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first one last night, and I couldn't. I had to go to sleep, but I really wanted to watch the rest of them.
2 and 3 get a lot.
Yeah.
3 gets a lot better.
Yeah.
I think they released 3 of them at the same time because
Otherwise,
they knew that
no
for
one
a
would have
lot of
watched.
us.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
had only seen 1 and 2, you would never finish Andor.
Yeah.
You'd just.
I've only watched
Super
one so far with my wife, and I think she was like looking at her phone through most of like the second half.
I gotta be honest, the corporate security forces storyline is the real storyline.
It
Mate,
really
look,
is.
I got to say, the dialogue in that first scene between the outgoing or the guy that was leaving for the Imperial meeting and his subordinate was the dialogue was, you know, chef's kiss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
good.
love that whole scene. Yeah.
Me too. It's finally so refreshing to like have a person who actually knows what the hell is going on. He's like, "That's not what happened. This is what happened. You dumb fuck."
Oh boy, why generic and not geriatric? Okay, I guess we'll answer that.
Hey.
I listen. I think they can see. I got the silver in the beard. I got the silver in my hair. I feel old, like too much butter scraped over bread. But I wanted to keep it generic rather than geriatric. That's the reason why. I wanted there to be no ties or all ties to existing media. How am I enjoying Foundry automation? It's fine. I messed up in the beginning, but overall, it's nice to be able to just click, click, click.
This is the first time I play with it, so there's a lot of tools that are really, really interesting. But there's definitely a lot of stuff I need to learn for sure.
And I will say to you after that, I'm actually glad you didn't go with MIDI QoS because, yeah, you're right. Like too much automation and it does become a bit computer game. Like I've literally had this in my own group where they start moving their tokens around, rolling dice, like exploring rooms, just rolling investigation without telling what they're doing. I'm like, it's not a computer game. It won't respond to you. You need to actually say to me, I want to explore this room. And I'll say, okay, make an investigation check rather than you just moving a token there and rolling dice.
It does drive me insane when people roll dice randomly and then say what they're doing afterwards, because some things don't need rules. Like when James told me he was going to skin that deer, or the jaguar, panther, I didn't say he needed to roll anything because he's a ranger. He's a level 2 ranger. Skinning a panther is something he's just going to do. You know what I mean? Like, but
I wasn't
ripping
planning to do it in the middle of the
teeth-
road, but then we had to wait for a while. So
You have one jaguar pelt that's in desperate need of some tanning time, but
Here's a
Yeah.
question for you. What symbols do Panthers have?
Oh Jesus, I have no idea, James. I can't wait for you to tell me.
Yeah, Panthers have spots. If you shave a panther, they have spots. It's black spots on black fur. There you go.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Interesting. The more you know.
So many secrets to be revealed. So many fights to happen. Audience, you can check out my campaign episode list for my GM prep. Did I manage to end the episode exactly where I thought I would? Only you'll know, because don't tell the players. I either exactly on the dot or so far off I'm really screwed. One of these two things is true. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you in 1 week minus 3 hours. Have a good time zone.